This week on KCBY, we hear about the CISD Board of Trustees' latest solutions to district's budget deficit.
With the new Texas law, joining a school club is not as easy as it used to be.
And sophomore quarterback Carter Zingelman is bringing the heat to Coppell football.
Hi, and welcome to our second KCBY show for the 2025 to 2026 school year. I'm Sophia Vittorio.
And I'm Mario Strout.
KCBY starts now. Earlier this week, Interim Superintendent Doug Williams announced the long-awaited recommendations of which elementary schools to consolidate.
We are recommending that Town Center be the campus that we close.
The other 4 schools under consideration were Lakeside, Mockingbird, Austin, and Cottonwood Creek.
The school board's final vote on Town Center will be on October 6th. Stay tuned for more updates.
New Tech High School will relocate to the CHS campus next school year, according to a recent decision by the CISD Board of Trustees.
Michaela brings us more about the changes involved and the role of students in this transition.
With the major budget crisis, Coppell ISD has had to make some major changes. With a vote of 2 to 5, the Board of Trustees have come to the decision to relocate New Tech to Coppell High School. Trustee Lee Walker opens on how the board came to the decision and why she voted against the relocation of New Tech High School.
The district is facing a budget deficit, so there were some financial pressure to figure out how are we running and using our facilities efficiently. I think that we should have really invest in its own area. What the administration brought forward was to consolidate New Tech into CHS.
Zane Porter, the principal of New Tech High School, speaks on when this idea was originally formed and why.
Beginning of spring last year, I started hearing things about what are the possibilities if New Tech is not going to be sustainable in its current campus. I started hearing things about how could we make it more sustainable.
Olivia Guerra, senior at New Tech, joined the design committee, working to transition New Tech into the D Hall of CHS.
The main purpose of the committee is to figure out what we use New Tech for space-wise. We need some spaces that can be quiet where you can film different things like views or take photos. We need some spaces where you can practice presenting. We need some spaces where you can take tests. Everyone's ideas are being heard. It's not just the contractors or the district deciding what New Tech does or doesn't need. It's the kids giving their input of what we feel like makes New Tech.
For KCBY, I'm Michaela Arnold.
The benefits of joining a club in high school are countless. Students gain leadership skills, build friendships, and gain a sense of belonging.
But under new Texas law, joining a club now requires an extra step. Samantha shares how students and faculty are adjusting to the changes.
For the past 75 years, students all over Texas have created and established clubs and organizations through their schools as a way to express their passions and creativity. However, a new Texas state law, also known as the Parent Bill of Rights, is a law that went into effect on September 1st, 2025, which implements new laws for clubs. CHS Assistant Principal Mr. Smith-Botham tells us more.
That really lies with Senate Bill 12, which our legislator is calling the Parent Bill of Rights. And what their push is with that is to give parents more say and more control in what kinds of activities their kids are involved in.
The state law has also changed the way clubs function with donations made for charities and also nonprofits. Sahana Kumar, who is the president of the Music for Medicine Club at CHS, explains how the law has impacted her organization.
So there can't be things like fundraisers and other such events, but I think the actual service projects will still be able to happen because those usually don't cost money. Although I will say some service projects might not be as effective as before because clubs aren't allowed to spend money on like resources and things to make them better.
CHS Food Pantry Club sponsor Mr. Poole explains how the state law could also be seen in a positive light.
In a way, it's probably could be helpful in the fact that now there's not going to be many questions from the parents. They could possibly see the time commitment that's involved and the whole goal of the club. So if we take it as a positive, it's a way that we'll have better communication with our community, the parents, and the students.
For KCBY, I'm Samantha Gelman.
According to the Texas Academic Performance Report, Coppell High School currently enrolls approximately 3,400 learners.
To help drivers with traffic troubles, CHS staff is making an effort to get everyone in and out quickly and carefully.
Niti takes a closer look.
It was around like 8:44, so school was about to start and we had to hurry. I pulled into an empty parking spot in the general parking area, and then I heard a loud sound. When I got out of the car, I checked the backside and it was fully scratched, like the paint was off.
Sneha Acharya is one of many students who has experienced the struggles of traffic issues here at CHS. With so many new drivers on the road, safety takes priority. At CHS, parking staff and officers work together to guide students towards a safe exit.
My role is to enforce any traffic laws that I can, but it's not seen as a punishment. It should be seen as something to learn from.
With accidents on the rise, there are various factors that should be taken into consideration when navigating through the parking lot.
This year, we also have the construction and crews coming through the parking lot. So there's a lot of moving parts in that parking lot. Pay attention to the street signs, pay attention to what's in front of you, beside you, and take your time.
For KCBY, I'm Niti Patel.
Now to the sidekick for the latest from Coppell Student Media.
Thanks, Sophia. This week on Coppell Student Media, read Jay Verniker's story on New Tech's future relocation into Coppell High School. Read Sangika Palela's story on Reach Equilibria and their mission to bring awareness to mental health. And read Ria Suresh's feature on junior cross-country runner Diego Morales and his motivations. The Sidekick Issue 1 is now on the racks, so please be sure to pick one up. Now back to the studio.
Now to sports for all things Coppell Athletics.
Hi, I'm Kavya Narayanan, and this is CSPN. With the 2025 to 2026 football season underway, the Coppell Cowboys are 2-0 thanks in part to a new addition to the roster, sophomore quarterback Carter Zingelman. Amulia shares his impact on the team.
As the football season begins, this year's varsity quarterback is sophomore Carter Zingelman, a young force on the field.
The biggest struggle when I started playing football was probably just the mental block and everyone around me and just how I'm not going to get hurt playing and confidence. The relationship between Coach Nerg and I is actually really good. I feel like we're on the same page and he helps me and we spend a lot of time together. My biggest form of motivation is probably my brother and my family and just my teammates and not wanting to let them down. Pre-game in the locker room and field just looks like getting my mind right and kind of picturing the plays and success that we're going to have. I don't feel like there's a difference of being a starter, a sophomore, as a junior. I just feel like just the grades don't really matter and just being the person you are, it matters.
Offensive coordinator Coach Naragon reflects on his experience with Zingelman's athletic dedication.
Well, he got here, spring of his freshman year, and then he didn't walk in and was just the starter. He earned it. He had a battle for that spot. He's a good player. So physically, he impacts the game just with his play. He's a good kid. He impacts the team in a positive way. I think for the quarterback position specifically, him getting the mental reps, learning the playbook, that's where he's going to really stand out. We work real well together. He asks a lot of questions, focusing on what he can control and just getting better at himself every single day.
For KCBY, I'm Amulia Ranga.
Be sure to watch the Cowboys tonight as they travel to Hebron and face the Hawks. Ranked third in the state for the preseason, the Coppell tennis team continues to strive for excellence. Tennis captain Tushar Pathuri gives us more insight.
The team's goals are for sure to try to make Abilene, try to make the regional semis, get past Allen. We couldn't do that last year, but this year the girls are really, really good. We have a lot of depth, and I think it's going to take us really far. Our guys' side has been stepping up whenever we need to. Try to be vocal, try to help our teammates out, especially when they're playing matches, whenever they're down, but just being helpful.
Be sure to watch as Coppell Tennis competes at Marcus this coming Tuesday. That's all for CSPN. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Kavya. And now we honor our Teacher of the Week.
This week, we present Mr. Matthew Bowden with our Teacher of the Week award. His passion for literature is infectious, and he always has valuable insight to give to his students. Mr. Bowden has always been a great supporter of KCBY, and we are very grateful. That's all for KCBY this week.
We'll see you next week, CHS. Thanks for tuning in.